Have you seen or heard about the new executive order that targets homelessness here in America?
It's time to speak up. Donald Trump has signed an executive order today that will have the effect of taking homeless people off the streets and sending them to be locked up for we don't know how long. The executive order directs the Department of Justice to do sweeps of homeless people. They're trying to end vagrancy. And it says that these people are to be taken to civil commitment facilities, mental health facilities, psychiatric facilities. Oh, but here's the thing. If there are no beds available, then the people can be taken to jail or detention centers. Here's the thing. There are no beds. First of all, it'd be bad.
All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Also, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. We'll take a look at this executive order that Esau Edom is coming out with, man. And a part of this executive order called ending crime and disorder on America's streets, man. So that's the name of this executive order. Basically laws, man. All right, this law or a group of laws that they want to implement throughout Babylon the Great, man, to enforce their power, man. And we know through the spirit that this ain't nothing but a precursor to the mark of the beast in their attempt at their new world order, man, trying to plug in all the holes, man, before the chaotic part comes into play. That's why you see our brothers wicked now filling these prison systems, man. They're trying to get these people out the way. That's why they're allowing the genocide that is the black man against the black man, or the brown man against the black man, or brown and black, all right. That's why they allow these things, is because they're plugging all these holes, because it's about to get absolutely crazy. But let's take a look at this executive order, man. All right. By the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States, Babylon the Great of America, it is hereby ordered. Section 1. Here's the purpose and policy of this executive order. All right. Endemic vagrancy, disorderly behavior, sudden confrontations, and violent attacks have made our cities unsafe. So they've came up with this law because of the quote unquote violence, all right, and situations that arise because of homeless people. So basically now they're making it illegal to be sleeping out on the streets, or not to have a valid roof over your head, basically, man. All right. And again, this is just making way for the mark of the beast. They have other ways than locking people up or putting them in certain camps and things like that. But they'll come with their solution. Hey, take this mark of the beast, and we'll give you guys, again, this universal income. We'll give you a place to stay that's decent, man. So a lot of people are gonna have to bow down and take that mark of the beast that don't have the faith towards Yahweh, Bahashem, and Yahweh Shai, man. All right. And it goes on to say the number of individuals living on the streets in the United States on a single night during the last year of the previous administration, 274,224, was the highest ever recorded. So that's just who they can keep up with. At least 200,000 people are literally sleeping out on, like, where you can actually see them, man. Not to count the people who don't have steady shelter, man. Or what our people like to boast in, utility bills and things like that. Because contrary to popular belief, if you don't have your own roof over your head with your own quote unquote, how Babylon the Great do it, with your own name of it, then technically, man, you're still homeless, man. All right. It ain't your shit. All right. And you're still considered homeless, man. All right. But the whole point is, man, we don't have to dig into this. It was just on my spirit to speak about this, man, because you see what's going on. Now I finished. I didn't even I don't even know what she's talking about. I didn't even watch it. But let's see what she's talking about real quick.
Not enough. We are saying that if you're homeless, you must have a mental illness and you need to be locked up. That's horrific in and of itself. But then the second part, or they can be taken to jail if there are no beds. There are no beds. I have done criminal law for almost 30 years, and there are no beds. At least in Texas, there aren't, because...
So we got the ICE agents. We've seen what happened in the pandemic. So all these are issues, if you will, that the enemy can use to, put you in some type of camp, some type of place, all right? Some type, you know what I mean? And some type of area, all right, that's segregated from society because, you don't meet the standards of society. All right, you got the ICE agents if you're not documented, and of course, if you're sick, because there's going to be more pestilences that's going to come upon the earth, man. All right, or either lies of pestilences, but we do know that the Lord did prophesy actual pestilences, all right, to come upon this place, man. All right, so you got the whole ICE agents. They're sweeping people up left and right. Now they're going to sweep up the homeless left and right. And then they're going to, eventually sweep up the men, all right, out on the highways and byways left and right. You gang members, of course, that's something justified. You guys are fucking terrorists, all right? So that, don't think that that's not an issue, all right? Within itself, they're making laws as we speak to get ready to come and get you, you gang members, man. You see this whole RICO talk, this racketeering stuff, man, where they're charging, whole quote unquote organizations, man. So everybody, that has been on a video with guns and talking about gang stuff, all right, and unalivings and boasting in that shit, they got your number and they're coming from you, for you, man. All right. And again, we could, and we like to be wise men, but the principle of what's going on is that we're at the end of time, man. We're at the end of this man's rulership, man, and all these things are being revealed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim and Hawashai. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We see what's happening. All this is rhetoric, all right, for that mark of the beast and that attempt at that new world order, man. All right, and then here in Babylon the Great, you got all these people that's still holding on to a dream. Eve out here wilding out. See, oh man, that's a whole. I'm out in the parking lot, man, and I just seen Eve with no clothes on. You know how she do. All right, but this is Daniel. You see what I'm talking about? This is Daniel 7:25, man. For the inhabitants, especially Esau, Edom, and his descendants, man. All right, they always want to talk about my constitutional rights, this, my constitutional rights, that. It doesn't matter what type of BS laws they already have in place. If they do have some decent laws in place, guess what, man? They're just going to change it. Thus saith Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai, and we're witnessing that as we speak, man. All right, that man that's in office, or that whole administration, the whole organization that is Babylon the Great, that is the Edomites. All right, they're using that sword, man. That pen right now is a sword, and they're changing things, so it doesn't matter. First, they're gonna put it on paper, and then they're gonna go for the manifestation of it physically, man. All right, so it says Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, Esau, Edom, and his descendants, and the rest of these heathen nations, against Yahweh Shema Shai and the Israelites, man, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And here it is. Here's the point. And think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and a dividing of time. So right now the Lord is allowing this man to go crazy. We read that in the scripture about the enemy coming in like a madman, sparing none. We're seeing the administrative side of that prophecy. All right, first it's the pen, then you're going to see motherfucking more troops and more agents and individuals, man, and rounding up people for different reasons. Again, you got, if you're not documented here, they're on your ass now. Again, he just changed the law. Now if you're fucking sleeping outside somewhere, all right, or quote unquote classified as homeless, now you're going in the same place, man. You think they're not really aiming for the prophets? You're crazy. All right, they're really coming for everybody, man. All right, and that's why you got to know that the words of the Lord is true concerning this man being the wicked one, the evil one, man. All right, because everything that proceed out this man is lies, man, trickery, foolishness, and BS, man. And the whole world, especially here in Babylon the Great, is starting to see that. And guess what? That's going to cause even more division, man. You're going to have a race war, so-called. All right, nation against nation. This is in Matthew the 24th chapter. All right, so this is definitely exciting times for the believers of Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai, because it motivates us. It shows us, wow, the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. Wow, there is hope for us, because the things that the Lord has allowed us to say, it's actually coming to pass, man. Things are actually not getting better. Things are actually being revealed. The depths of the wickedness of everything, man. Hollywood, the entertainers, what's going on in the fucking Food and Drug Administration. All right, the government itself, bro. All these things are starting to be revealed. This ain't right. Why are they putting poison in our food? All right, why is healthcare so much? It's look at the police force here in Babylon the Great. They're out of their mind, you know. It's all being revealed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim and Hawashai, man. All right. Say yeah. And again, they want to come with solutions for the problems that they not necessarily cause per se. It's really just wickedness throughout the earth that really caused these things, but they have the power to stop this shit if they had an ounce of decency and righteousness upon them. But that is why they continue to let our people unalive each other and make videos and music about it. It's because they want this type of destruction. They want the man against the woman, period. Let alone, you know, more so the Israelite man against the Israelite woman. That's why they created the housing projects, all right? And that's why they created, you know, those government, you know, programs that a lot of our women are privy to, man. You know, that's what it's all by design, man. It's a part was that crafty counsel that our enemy has taken against the children of Yahweh. All right, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. But this is let me see, 1 Thessalonians. For when they shall say peace and safety, and that's what's getting ready to happen again. You got all these issues, and they're gonna fucking solve it, you know, quote unquote, via the mark of the beast, man. All right, they're all, oh yeah, you homeless guys, oh, we really want to help, so we're gonna put you guys in these places. But guess what, if you guys want this type of help, oh yeah, AI has came in and robots and shit. Now nobody, a lot of people can't work no more, but guess what, we got this universal income for you guys. But in order for you guys to take this universal income, we got to keep tabs on you. We got to know exactly who you are, how many people you have in that damn house. All right, and if you say anything at any point of time that's against our administration, we'll cut your chip off. But take this chip, and we'll give you. You should see it by now, man. You should see it. Perfect. It's too many people. You know, and then with and the people getting dispersed left and right, man, via the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, all different kind of ways. The Lord is moving people, things, situations around, man. But again, we have to be circumspect, and again, not be ignorant to Satan's devices, man. They come with that solution or the mark of the beast, and it says in 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 3, for when they shall say that, all right, with that mark of the beast, especially peace and safety, you guys are all good. Now we reset this. It's safe. We done locked all the criminals up, or all the criminals are getting locked up. All the people that's not supposed to be here locked up. All the homeless people that start shit and are on drugs, because that's what they're a part of that bill. All that they're, you know, more than likely they have used hard drugs before. You know what I mean? Not those fucking millionaire surgeons, like they don't be, you know, doing they edibles and shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying, on the weekend or whatever, man. Not them though, but the homeless people. Let's pinpoint out the fact that they've used drugs before. All right, folks. So we'll come up, we'll round everybody up for you guys, Babylon the Great, and here you go, guys. Here's more money. Here's more money. Here's more miracles via our technology. Wow, we can make you walk if you can't. You know, we can make you see if you can't. Worship us. That's part of that mark of the beast, that beast system, man. Those miracles that the scriptures speak about, the enemy is going to be able to do do in the sight of man, and because they're gonna see, you know, those quote unquote miracles, all right, that the Lord is giving them power to do, a lot of the people here in Babylon the Great are gonna bow down and worship this man in this system, that 666 beast system, man. All right. For when they shall say peace and safety, guess what? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape, man. All right. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Why? Because ye are the children of light, man. All right. And the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness, man. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. All right. So there it is, man. That's the whole point of this. We're watching. Hey, the Spirit is dealing with us through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. We have that light, ultimately, Yahweh, Yahushua, and every brother in their respective lots that come in, you know, in this truth, you know, preaching the words of the Lord, man. All right, so we have that light. Ultimately, Yahushua, ultimately, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua is that light. All right. And we gravitate towards that light in this land of darkness and confusion and BS, man. Because it's getting real, man. With this dude with this pen, he going crazy right now. And it's already a bunch of crazy. Look at the mass unalivings that's going on, or the mass, you know, attempts at unaliving that's going on left and right. It's mass, you know, shootings like every day, man. All right. And then you got Jake still doing what Jake do in the hood, still gang banging. They're still, you know, up in the unaliving rate. All right. Then you got our women. They're just a bunch of whores. And it's not producing but more and more confusion. And then we got a whole generation coming up. They're absolutely lost. They don't know nothing about real deal socialism, you know, how to socialize, right? Besides via social media. They don't know how to come up to nobody and start a conversation, man, let alone every other ounce of BS that the world is feeding this generation that's coming up, man. This younger generation is absolutely toast, man. All right. They're cooked in some more stuff beyond that. All right. They're done for. It's all by design, man. All right. Each generation gets worse and worse and worse. At no point in Babylon the Great have we ever dealt with a generation, and everyone that has lived prior to this damn generation on the earth, this young generation, should know that. What was it, the 40s, 50s, and it was rough, all these generations, 40s, 50s, 60s, the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. At what point was it at this level where we are actually very, very circumspect of our young men and now the young women damn near scared because they all got big ass guns on them and they're actually using them? It ain't never been like that, man. All right. And all you got to do is watch to see the signs of the times, man. All right. But the whole point is, remain circumspect, because the enemy, he's moving, man. He's about to come in like a madman, sparing none. And if you're actually watching, it's happening now, right in front of our eyes in real time. And before it gets to the physical, all right, before the ICE agents popped out like that, guess what he was doing? Guess what was happening, quote unquote, behind the scenes, man? Now the Lord is going to allow us to see certain things if we're willing to see it. All right. A lot of people of our nation don't know none of this shit is happening, but it's happening right in front of their eyes, man. Yeah, there's some things that the enemy is going to be able to hide, that we're not going to be able to see, that's not going to be available to the public. But what the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, want us to see, we're going to get it, and we're going to be able to put two and two together. All right. And we're able to put two and two together via, first thing, prophecy. All right. Second thing, the manifestation on the earth of that prophecy. Now we're putting it together. Oh, it's real. Oh, we need to get our stuff together. You know, come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, you so-called blacks and Latinos, Native American tribes. All right, so-called. All right, because it's getting ready to go down, and the Lord not finna play, man. If things are happening now that the prophet said, how much more, man? What did the Lord say? This was going to be a time like the earth has never seen before, nor shall it ever be again, man. All right, so it's going to be bad, but bad. So bad sometimes I don't even want to know how bad. I just want to keep my faith, man, because, you know, it's been some real rough stuff already, man. All right, come on, World War II, World War I, all right, the flood, all right, very, very bad times, the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, all right, all these things actually happened. The Lord said what we're getting ready to experience way worse than that, man. We about to see monsters, sea creatures, man. Creatures pop out the woods, all type of, animals we didn't even know about, attacking people, a food insecurity, a famine, earthquakes, rumors of earthquakes, man. They was talking about, it was supposed to be the big one here recently, man. 8 point something earthquake, man. All right, eventually, the Lord really gonna rock this place, man. Earthquakes in diverse places, man. Matthew 24th chapter. All these things are happening right before our eyes, man. So, hey, that's a good thing for the ones that serving Yahweh Bahashim and Hawashai and coming in that sincere spirit, man. All right, because it's about to go down, and the Lord is gonna humble everybody on this earth, man. So it behoove you to desire to be humbled now. Take the load now. Let these motherfuckers of our nation have their little fake ass stunting, they fake ass shoes, they fake ass jewelry. I mean, yeah, Esau out here pulling people over left and right. They going crazy, yeah. Just pulling people over left and right. Like that shit, and that's pissing the people off. That's a whole nother thing, man. That's pissing everybody off. Like y'all ain't got bills. Like y'all insurance ain't scamming y'all. Come to find out, yeah, insurance here goddamn scam, man. This is a scam. And they around here pulling people over left and right, man. People gonna get fed up with their kings nor princes is what the Bible says, man. People shall not regard their kings nor princes, meaning, the authority that is set in place, or the one set in place to enforce that authority. They're not going to regard it because they're fed the hell up with wickedness. That's exactly what's really happening upon the earth. Esau, Edom, this is your kingdom, and everybody that lives amongst in your kingdom is getting fed up with it. It's not working, and the Lord is doing it by design. Once you take away people's mirth and folly, they're able to see clearly. That's why they keep people distracted via the mirth and folly, the bread and circus. All right, but with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Till next time, Shalom.